Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, Kavita Bhausar, Company Secretary, Balmer Lawrie and Company Limited. As you are aware, in view of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, social distancing is a norm to be followed. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs, through its circulars, has permitted the holding of the AGM through VC/OAVM without the physical attendance of the members at a common venue. In compliance with the applicable MCA circulars, this AGM is being held through VC/OAVM. For smooth conduct of the AGM, the members may note that the facility to attend the AGM through VC has been provided through the NSDL. Members may access the same by following the instructions mentioned in the notice of the AGM. All the mics of the members shall be kept on mute by default. The same would be appropriately unmuted for the shareholders who have registered themselves as speakers. The speaker shareholders are requested to speak only when their respective name is called by the chairman and to wait for their turn as per the serial numbers given to them. The speaker shareholders are requested to follow the process and guidelines as stated in the mail sent to them. Over to respected Chairman, Sri Adhika Ratnashekhar, Chairman and Managing Director, and Director, Human Resource and Corporate Affairs Additional, Balmer Lawrie and Company Limited. So may I request you to kindly commence the meeting?
On behalf of the Board of Directors, on my own behalf, I would like to extend to all of you a warm welcome at 105th AGM of the company, being held through VC. Please note that this AGM is also being live streamed, the link of which is available on the NSDL's website. The company secretary informs me that the requisite quorum is present. Hence, I now formally declare the 105th AGM open. Kindly note that the statutory registers, as per the applicable provisions of the Companies Act 2013 and any other document referred to in the notice of the AGM, along with the explanatory statements, are available electronically for inspection by the members, and the same shall remain open and accessible during the continuance of this meeting. Before I take up the agenda meeting, I would like to introduce my colleagues attending the AGM with me from Registered Office of the company at Calcutta. On my immediate right, Sri Sandeep Das, Director Finance and Chief Financial Officers. Next to him is Sri R.M. Uthayaraja, Director Manufacturing Business, and Sri Rajiv Kumar, Independent Director, who is also Chairperson of the Audit Committee and Nomination and Remuneration Committee. To my immediate left is Ms. Kavita Bhausar, Company Secretary, and next to her is Sri Adipnath Pal Chaudhary, Director of Business. Now I wish to introduce my colleagues who have joined us remotely through VC. Srimati Perin Devi, Government Nominee Director. Sri Kushagra Mittal, Government Nominee Director.
Namaskar, Dhanwad.
Dr. Vandana Minda Heda, Independent Director, who is also Chairperson of the Stakeholders Relationship Committee and Risk Management Committee.
Namaskar.
We also have with us the auditors of the company who have joined us through VC. The notice convening the 105th general meeting, the annual accounts and the board's report along with the annexures for the financial year ended on 31st March 2022 had been sent to you earlier, and hence the same may be considered as read. Distinguished members may be aware that it is no longer mandatory to read the report of the statutory auditors at the meeting. However, in terms of Section 145 of the Companies Act 2013, read with the applicable provisions of the Secretarial Standard on General Meeting SS2, the qualifications, observations, or comments or other remarks, if any, mentioned in the auditor's report or comments on financial transactions or matters which have any adverse effect on the functioning of the company are required to be read at the AGM. The statutory auditors, Messrs. B.K. Shroff and Company, have not made any such qualifications, observations, or comments in their reports dated 27 June 2022. However, there are certain audit remarks pertaining to standalone and consolidated financial statements made by the statutory auditor B.K. Shroff and Company in their report dated 27 June 2022. I request the company secretary to read the remarks and respective management response, which appears on page 81 and 144 of the annual report. Thereafter, in pursuant to section 143 in bracket 6 of the Companies Act 2013, the Office of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India had conducted a supplementary audit of the financial statements, both standalone and consolidated, of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2022, and had commented upon certain significant matters. I request the company secretary to read the comments and respective management response, which appears on page 92, 93, 153, and 154 of the annual report. Further, as per the applicable provisions of SS2, the qualifications, observations, or comments or other remarks if any, mentioned in the secretarial audit report which have any material adverse effect on the functioning of the company shall be read at the annual general meeting. Hence, I request the company secretary to read the observations and respective management response which appears on page 31 of the annual report with respect to the report dated 12th July 2022 of Messrs. T. Chatterjee and Associates, company secretaries, being the secretarial auditor for the financial year ended 31st March 2022.
Reading report. On page 81, auditor has commented on standalone financial statements. The management has to strengthen the internal control process of the content in the balance of the data. Also in the measure taking the help of an online software for sending balance confirmation mails followed by reminders and exchange of compensation. Page 144, independent audit report of consolidated financial statement. The management has to strengthen the internal control process of reconciling the balances of the debtors and to adjust the unallocated receipts on a periodical basis. This is an ongoing process. Efforts are on to continuously review and reduce the unallocated receipt balances, which has shown significant improvement as on 31st March 2022, rupees 9.92 crore as against previous year end, rupees 17.92 crores. Also in the major SBUs, we are taking the help of an online software for sending balance confirmation mails followed by reminders and exchange of communications. Page 92 and 93, comments of CAG on standalone financial statement and management response on same. Number 1, balance sheet, non-current liabilities, provisions rupees 6975.12 lakh. The above does not include liability towards Balmer Lawrie Staff Provident Fund in respect of doubtful investments of rupees 11.65 crore in Messrs. THFL, Messrs. IL&FS and Messrs. Reliance Capital, along with interest of rupees 2.28 crore. It was seen that in connection with all those entities, the National Company Law Tribunal ordered corporate insolvency resolution process. As a result of which, chances of recovery of principal as well as interest amount from those entities seems to be remote. Thus, the company, as mandated by the provisions of law, has to make good such losses of the concerned Provident Fund Trust. So far, an amount of rupees 1.91 been paid by the company towards this end. Therefore, the balance amount of rupees 12.02 crore, rupees 11.64 crore plus 2.28 crore minus rupees 1 crore should have been provided for by the company in its books of accounts during the financial year 21-22. Non-provisioning of the same has resulted in understatement of provisions under non-current liabilities by rupees 12.02 crore with a corresponding overstatement of profit for the year by an equal amount. Number 2, balance sheet. Current liabilities, non-financial liabilities, others rupees 6198.60 lakh. An amount of rupees 3.15 crore was received from Messrs. ONGC Limited for a contract which was ultimately executed by Transit Services Limited, TSL, a joint venture company based on a memorandum of understanding MOU entered into between ONGC Limited and the company. As per the provisions of such MOU, the company would receive the payment from ONGC Limited and in turn transfer such payment to TSL after deducting its commission and other adjustment. It was, however, seen that the company, after deducting its commission of rupees 0.14 crore, had not transferred the balance amount of rupees 3.01 crores to TSL. It is worthwhile to mention that in the meantime, TSL had been transferred to NCLT, wherein corporate insolvency resolution process was ordered. But the claims of the company on TSL was not considered by NCLT. As a result, the company adjusted rupees 3.01 crore against the outstanding dues of TSL and had written off the balance amount of dues from its books. In this regard, insolvency resolution professional of TSL informed the company that any amount received from ONGC Limited had to be paid back to TSL without adjusting the same outstanding dues of TSL in the books of the company. Therefore, by adjusting the said from ONGC Limited against the dues from TSL, there was not only short provisioning of liability, but also understatement of bad debts written off in respect of TSL. Thus, non-provisioning of liability of rupees 3.01 crore towards TSL resulted in understatement of current liabilities as well as understatement of bad debts written off by rupees 3.01 crores, each with a corresponding of restatement of profit for the year by rupees 6.02 crore. Point number 3, balance sheet. Non-current liabilities, Provision note 21, rupees 6975.12 lakh. Current liabilities provision note number 26, rupees 1952.91 lakh. The above heads of accounts do not include rupees 13.29 crore, rupees 9.43 crore up to March 2020 and rupees 3.86 crores for the financial year 2021 and 21-22. Being the rent and compensation charges payable to Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Port, Kolkata, erstwhile Kolkata Port Trust or KOPT, towards expired leasehold land in respect of Industrial Packaging Unit at Kolkata. The above unit was closed by the company in August 2020. The handing over of the leasehold land is yet to be completed June 22. As a result, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Port, Kolkata kept on raising compensation charges for such unauthorized occupancy at a higher rate of 3 times than the normal lease rental as per the tariff authority for major ports approved land policy guidelines. The company, however, did not account for such enhanced liability of rupees 13.29 crores for the said unauthorized occupancy. Thus, non-provisioning of the same has understatement of provisions under current liabilities by rupees 1.93 crore as well as understatement of provisions under non-current liability by rupees 11.36 crores with corresponding overstatement of profit for the year rupees 13.29 crores. The corresponding response on the comments made by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India on the standalone financial statement of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2022 is mentioned on page number 92 and 93 of the annual report. I would like to request the members to refer the same. Page number 153 and 154, CAG's comment on consolidated financial statement and management response on same. Point number 1, balance sheet. Non-current liabilities, provisionals rupees 6992.08 lakh. The above does not include liability towards Balmer Lawrie Staff Provident Fund in respect of doubtful investment of rupees 11.65 crore in Messrs DHFL, Messrs ILNFS and Messrs Reliance Capital, along with interest of rupees 2.28 crores. It was seen that in connection with all those entities, the National Company Law Tribunal ordered corporate insolvency resolution process, as a result of which chance of recovery of principal as well as interest amount from those entities seems to be remote. Thus, the company, as mandated by the provisions of law, has to make good such losses of the concerned Provident Fund Trust. So far, an amount of rupees 1.91 crore has already been paid by the company towards this end. Therefore, the balance amount of rupees 12.02 crores, rupees 11.65 crore plus rupees 2.28 crore minus rupees 1.91 crore should have been provided for by the company in the books of accounts during the financial year 21-22. Non-provisioning of the same has resulted in understatement of provisions under non-current liability by rupees 12.02 crore with the corresponding overstatement of profit for the year by an equal amount. Point number 2, balance sheet. Current liabilities. Non-financial liabilities, others, rupees 6421.92 lakh. An amount of rupees 3.15 crore was received from Messrs ONGC Limited for a contract which was ultimately executed by Transit Services Limited, TSL, a joint venture company based on MOU entered into between ONGC Limited and the company. As per the provision of such MOU, the company would receive the payment from ONGC Limited and in turn transfer such payments to TSL after deducting its commission and other adjustment. It was, however, seen that the company, after deducting its commission of rupees 0.14 crore, had not transferred the balance amount of rupees 3.01 crore to TSL. It is worthwhile to mention that in the meantime, TSL had been referred to NCLT wherein corporate insolvency resolution process was ordered. But the claims of the company on TSL was not considered by NCLT. As a result, the company adjusted rupees 3.01 crores against the outstanding due of TSL and had written off the balance amount of due from its books. In this regard, insolvency resolution professional of TSL informed the company that any amount received from ONGC Limited had to be paid back to TSL without adjusting the same against the outstanding dues of TSL in the books of the company. Therefore, by adjusting the said amount received from ONGC Limited against the dues from TSL, there was not only short provisioning of liability, but also understatement of bad debts written off in respect of TSL. Thus, non-provisioning of liability of rupees 3.01 crore towards TSL resulted in understatement of current liabilities as well as understatement of bad debts written off by rupees 3.01 crore, each with a corresponding restatement of profit for the year by rupees 6.02 crore. Note number 3, balance sheet. Non-current liabilities provision note 21, rupees 6992.08 lakh. Current liabilities provision note 26, rupees 1952.91 lakh. The above heads of accounts do not include rupees 13.29 crore, rupees 9.43 crore up to March 2022, and rupees 3.86 crores for the financial year 2021 and 21-22. compensation charges payable to Shama Prasad Mukherjee Port, Kolkata, erstwhile Kolkata Port Trust or KOPT, towards expired leasehold land in respect of Industrial Packaging Unit at Kolkata. The above unit was closed by the company in August 2020. The handing over of the leasehold land is yet to be completed June 22. As a result, Shama Prasad Mukherjee Port, Kolkata kept on raising compensation charges for such unauthorized occupancy at a higher rate of the 3 times than the normal lease rental as per the Tariff Authority for Major Ports approved land policy guidelines. The company, however, did not account for such enhanced liability of rupees 13.29 crores for the said unauthorized occupancy. Thus, has resulted in understatement of provisions under current liability by rupees 1.93 crore, as well as understatement of provision under non-current liabilities by rupees 11.36 crore, with corresponding overstatement of profit for the year rupees 13.29 crores. The correspondence management response on the comments made by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India on the consolidated financial statements of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2022 is mentioned 153 and 154 of the annual report. I would like to request members to kindly read the same. Now the comments of Secretarial Auditor on page 31, observation of Secretarial and management response thereon. The composition of the Board of Directors was not in compliance with the following provisions. Point number A, Regulation 17(1) of the listing regulations during the period from 1st April 2021 to 25th November 2021, due to absence of an independent woman director on the board of the company. Point number B, Regulation 17(1) of the listing regulations and second proviso to Section 149 1A of the Companies Act 2013, read with Rule 3 of the Company's Appointment and Qualification of Directors, Rule 2014 of the Companies Act 2013, during the period from 26th July 2021 to 5th August 21, due to absence of a woman director on the board of the company. Point number C, Regulation 17(1)B of the listing regulations and para 3.14 of the guidelines on corporate governance for central public sector enterprises 2010 during the period from 25th July 2021 to 25th July 2021 and from 6th August 2021 to 25th November 2021 due to absence of adequate number of independent directors on the board of the company. The clarification from the management on the observation of the Secretarial Auditor is that the company being a government company, the composition of the board of directors is dependent on the direction of the administrative ministry, and thus the non-compliance was beyond the control of the company. Request, Chair.
I would like to make a few customary observations. Dear esteemed members, it is my great pleasure to welcome all of you to the 105th Annual General Meeting of your company. We are once again meeting virtually in view of the COVID-19 pandemic. Hope you and your families are healthy and safe. This AGM is being held through VC OAVM. However, it is always a pleasure to connect with all of you, even if it is virtual. Your presence here is testimony to the active involvement of stakeholders in the affairs of the company. On behalf of the Board of Directors of Balmer Lawrie, I thank you all for joining today for the meeting. The business environment. The past 2 years have been difficult for the world economy, which continued to be plagued by uncertainty on account of repeated waves of infection of the COVID-19 pandemic. It is not just about immediate disruptions and uncertainty caused by repeated waves of the pandemic, but also the long-term uncertainty about the post-COVID world due to accelerated shifts in technology, consumer behavior, change, geopolitics, climate change, and a host of other factors. Not only are these individual factors difficult to forecast, the impact of their interplay are also fundamentally unpredictable. With the vaccination program having covered the bulk of the population, economic momentum building back, and the likely long-term benefits of supply-side reforms in the pipeline, the Indian economy is in a good position to witness GDP growth of 8.0 to 8.5% in 2022-23. Sharp increase in capital spending by government can be seen both as demand and supply enhancing response as it creates infrastructure capacity for future growth. Segments like travel, trade, and hotels are yet to fully recover as the stop-start nature of repeated pandemic waves makes it especially difficult for these subsectors to gather momentum. Apart from the significant increase in capital expenditure on infrastructure to build back medium-term demand, as well as aggressively implemented supply-side measures to prepare the economy for a sustained long-term expansion, some of the significant initiatives of the Government of India at the domestic as well as international stage required to be mentioned. The Government of India has taken various initiatives for enabling an efficient logistics and for multimodal connectivity aims to provide multimodal connectivity to various economic zones and integrate the infrastructure linkages holistically for seamless movement of people, goods, and services to improve logistics efficiency. Gati Shakti will bring 16 ministries together for integrated planning and coordinated implementation of infrastructure connectivity projects like Bharatmala, Sagarmala, Inland Waterways, Udan, etc. It will also leverage technology extensively, including spatial planning tools with ISRO imagery developed by BISAG and Bhaskaracharya National Institute for Space Applications and Geoinformatics. Economic zones like textile clusters, pharmaceutical clusters, electronic parks, etc. will be covered to make Indian business more competitive globally by cutting down the logistics cost and ensuring proper linkages for local industry and consumers. This will boost economic growth, attract foreign investment, and create multiple employment opportunities. The government has taken various steps in the last few years to improve logistics efficiency through infrastructure enhancement and process reforms. Some of them include introduction of FASTag, Turant Customs, mandatory radio frequency identification RFID tagging, and at all customs, at all exim-bound containers, e-Sanchit, Indian Customs Inquiry for Trade Assistance and Knowledge, and Indian Customs EDI Dashboard, ICE Dash, Secure Logistics Document Exchange, SLDE, Import Clearance System, CSG Calculator, etc. In order to ease maritime trade, efforts are being undertaken on development of port-specific master plans and a coordination mechanism for implementation of the same, upgradation of select land customs stations, LCS, to integrated checkposts, ICPs, promoting free trade, warehousing zones, etc. I would also like to discuss the brief about performance of the various businesses of your company. Industrial packaging, SBUIP. Balmer Lawrie and Company Limited is the market leader in this industry with a formidable market share. This is being maintained with technological upgradation and very effective procurement policy. SBUIP operates through 6 manufacturing plants on pan-India basis, which includes the state-of-the-art facility at Navi Mumbai. After closure of its Kolkata manufacturing plant, SBUIP continues to serve the eastern region market with tolling business model locally. The plant at Vadodara has stabilized and it's currently producing considerable volumes. The main focus of this plant is to cater the needs of Gujarat customers. Modernization of Chittoor plant is in progress. This will improve the productivity and quality of barrels. Further, it will take care of the fruit season demand. Balmer Lawrie's industrial packaging is acclaimed for superior product quality, high reliability in supplies, modern manufacturing systems through customer-centric experienced personnel. It enjoys a high brand value, large, diverse, and growing customer base across India and export markets. Its focus on continuous improvement, quality assurance, innovation, and sharp focus on sustainability and HSE help in having edge over competition. Balmer Lawrie retained silver rating from EcoVadis, a global solutions provider which partners with 300 plus leading multinational organizations to reduce risk across the supply chain and drive innovation in their sustainable procurements. The SBUIP expects to continue its growth in financial year 2022-23. The SBU anticipates significant growth in coming years, with the biggest drivers being chemicals, transformer oils, and lube segment. SBUIP also plans to expand aggressively in the export segment. Lubricants, SBU GNL. The company has 3 manufacturing plants, one in Kolkata, Silvassa, and Chennai. The company's excellent R&D facility and positive brand image for greases and in the market is one of the biggest strengths for SBU GNL. The greases and lubricants business divided into 3 segments: channel sales, automotive and industrial, direct B2B, and contract manufacturing. In channel sales, the growth was flat as the market was recovering from the impact of COVID-19. The industrial distributor segment witnessed a growth of 13% over the last financial year. In direct B2B sales, SBU GNL's focus was on generating business from new customers across industries. In the contract manufacturing segment, SBU GNL continues to have a presence in order to improve its capacity utilization. However, the volumes have come down significantly over the years. SBU GNL improved its overall efficiency through operational excellence across various manufacturing units. Chemicals, SBU chemicals. Leather processing consists of 3 stages. First stage, beam house, second stage, wet end, and the third stage comprising of the finishing chemical segment. SBU chemicals is very strong in the second stage. There is huge scope available in the leather chemicals market, and thus SBU chemicals has its plan to tap the market with both existing and new products with a complete product basket in hand. SBU chemicals has been focusing on the southern region where the market potential is higher. The SBU is a market leader in the fat liquor segment and has a significant market share holder in the Sintan segment. This SBU has enough opportunities to grow in other segments like finishing and beam house, and has introduced new chemical segment like wetting agents, basic chrome sulfate, etc. The SBU also launched a new range of finishing chemicals with modern manufacturing facilities. The SBU has well-equipped technical service centers in all the major leather manufacturing clusters in India and renders high-quality technical service to the tanneries. The SBU also developed an eco-friendly metal-free tanning process with glutaraldehyde, and which has now become popular in the market. With a strong brand image, highly competent technical service team, and increased product basket, SBU Chemicals is well positioned to improve the business in coming years. Apart from leather chemical business, SBU Chemicals is also foraying into other synergy chemicals such as textile chemicals and intermediate for agrochemical business. During the financial year 2021-22, SBU Chemicals was awarded with gold medal in manufacturing excellence audit conducted by the International Research Institute of Manufacturing, IRIM. Logistics infrastructure, SBU-LI. SBU-LI comprises of 3 main segments: container freight stations, typically set up in the vicinity of ports, warehousing and distribution, and integrated checkposts. CFSs are an extended arm of the port set up primarily with a view to decongest ports. The company's warehousing and distribution facilities are presently fully operational at Calcutta, Coimbatore. In addition to this, a warehousing and distribution facility is being operated out of Andhra Pradesh Medtech Zone Limited, AMDZ, on build, operate, manage, and maintain BOM basis over an area of 80,000 square feet, in which includes a cold storage area of 5,000 square feet since February 2020. CFS Calcutta added 43,000 square feet area of warehouse in addition to the existing 37,000 square feet to increase focus on warehousing activities. The company is also working on the management of integrated checkpost operations and already started managing ICP at Jogbani since 2016. The unit performed well as compared to last year and registered 106% of budgeted volume, 111% of turnover, and 110% of the budgeted profit. Besides, this company is in process of ascertaining feasibility of operating other ICPs at different locations. SBU-LI won the Logistics Excellence Innovative Service Provider of the Year award at the 2nd Annual Warehouse and Logistics Excellence Awards 2021 for its innovation in the logistics industry over the year. The warehousing activity continued to perform well during the year due to better utilization of space, and the business segment of the temperature controlled warehouse has also started looking up. SBU-LI is able to bring together a unique set of value propositions to its customers. Within the asset-centric business, SBU-LI offers a basket of solutions: container freight stations, ambient warehouse, ICP, catering to land ports at a multimodal logistics hub through Visakhapatnam Port Logistics Park Limited. The comprehensive services offered across pan-India locations make SBU-LI a partner of choice for importers, exporters, shipping lines, CHAs, freight forwarders, and the trade. So while there is a wide variety of hurdles for the industry and SBU-LI, it is expected that a combination of diversified service range, pan-India presence, technology-led customer centricity, and knowledgeable resources will ensure that SBU-LI is able to grow in the face of significant economic crisis inflicted by the pandemic. During the financial year 2021-22, SBU-LI was able to achieve 6% growth in terms of imports and 35% growth in terms of exports. However, due to cutthroat pricing and competition from industry and reduction in dwell time of the containers at CFS, the turnover has been reduced by 20% and profits is reduced by 26% comparison to last year. Logistics Services, LS. During the year, SBLS achieved all-time record turnover of rupees 458 crores and registered a top line growth of around 24% and moderate growth in bottom line of rupees 8 crore respectively as compared to previous year. SBLS witnessed significant growth in top line and moderate growth in bottom line despite pressure on margins on account of volatility in ocean freight rates and fixed price contracts. The growth was driven by incremental business in nearly all activities of our freight forwarding, notably in ocean freight, air export, and project logistics. SBLS was able to retain its major Government of India and CPSU customers and was also able to sign some of the new activities from those contracted customers. SBLS is now focusing on private business, especially in the air export segment of perishables by tying up with APEDA and also eyeing the project cargo business of private customers. Technology being the backbone of customer satisfaction, SBLS is in the process of implementing new initiatives like online customer survey, feedback, and customized IT solutions for faster, dedicated, and focused time-bound service and delivery. Disruption of services due to the COVID-19 pandemic will lead to a lot of consolidations amongst the small freight forwarders, which will open gates with various customers for SBLS. SBLS taking adequate steps to mitigate the challenges through its established and growing global associates network and offering its clients to single window logistics solutions under one roof. The SBU has revamped its existing technology and has plans to further upgrade it to meet future business challenges. Travel and vacation SBU TNV vertical. An organization like Balmer Lawrie is traditionally viewed as one operating through travel counters and implants, catering to in-person requirements, and that provides a significant arena for improvement. We have focused to strengthen our digital presence through development of a revamped B2C website with the emphasis towards vacations and other services on a common platform. Domestic and international ticketing, hotel booking, and ancillary services have come together with superior search facility to cater to a wide range of consumer requirements. We are planning to offer customer-specific booking website to large corporates and have already launched a dedicated website for Government of India employees for their official travel. These digital offerings, along with our counter staff, implants, local presence through collaboration and tie-ups, will allow us to offer hybrid brick-and-click solutions to our customers. The travel vertical has strengthened its operations, sales, and software capabilities, which have led to a significant increase in our client base. Customers are coming to Balmer Lawrie for tech-rich solutions such as SSBT, SBT, as we are able to offer holistic, cost-effective, customized services to our corporate clients. We have successfully acquired premier private sector clients by demonstrating tech-enabled solutions and commitments of superior service. The travel vertical has fully utilized the time to gear up for the future demand, and we are planning to have centralized ticketing in order to increase our efficiency and ensure a consistent service experience for our customers. The COVID-19 pandemic has greatly disrupted the tourism and hospitality industry. As Balmer Lawrie's travel business primarily depend on the air travel and airlines for its revenue source, the prolonged travel restrictions have had its consequences. As a response, the industry players have reduced costs such as cutting off distribution costs by airline, denial of segment fee from GDS, reduction of corporate travel budget, usage of technological solutions for meeting and conferences, etc. However, fortunately, there has been a sharp uptick in the industry owing to a confluence of occurrences, slowing of infections after Omicron wave in the beginning of the year, widespread vaccination, including preventive doses, the opening of international air traffic, and all these have led to a sudden upsurge in bookings, vacations. Year 2021 ended with a note of promise. The largest vaccination drive against COVID-19 in India has shown a glimmer of hope for the tourism market in the coming year. From November 15, 2021, India allowed fully vaccinated foreign tourists to visit the country, which in turn will help revive the Indian travel and hospitality sector. The pandemic has had a debilitating impact on world travel and tourism everywhere, including India, and the resumption of international tourism will continue to depend largely on coordinated response among the countries. Tourism is at crossroads, and these regulations in place today will determine how tourism develops in the future. With struggling vaccination rates, travelers are gaining confidence. Surging vaccination rates, travelers are gaining confidence to make holiday plans, leading to the tourism industry seeing early signs of rebound. Indian tourist destinations have risen to prominence as a result of strong pent-up demand and the relaxation of domestic restrictions in the face of the limited reopening of the international borders. In the near term, the expectation is that domestic tourism will offer the main chance for driving recovery and supporting the tourism sector. During the financial year 21-22, the borders were hardly open, and the pandemic second wave in various parts of the country adversely affected business, leading to reduction in the overall revenue and contribution. There was a growth in overall business of about 3.5 times compared to last financial years. Both corporate travel and domestic MICE achieved significant growth compared to last financial year. The post-pandemic people are avoiding group tours and are carrying on with solo trips. Hence, there were no GITs while FIT was restricted to few countries as most of the borders were closed during financial year 2021-22. The vacations vertical tried to make it and successfully entered in this segment. Though there were cancellations of book tours, yet the vertical was ready with products, trained manpower, upgraded technology, and relevant overall strategies to make the coming years fruitful. Cold chain services, SBA Cold Chain. SBA Cold Chain was formed in July 2021, which was initially part of logistic infrastructure. The major products for the cold chain includes fruits and vegetables, meat and fish, dairy products, healthcare products. SBA Cold Chain has 4 cold chain units operating in Hyderabad, Rai, Haryana, Patalganga, Maharashtra, and Bhubaneswar, Odisha. To manage the end-to-end supply chain of the cold chain operation, SBA Cold Chain is also operating with 18 numbers of 4 metric ton capacity of reefer vehicles on pan-India basis. All the reefer vehicles are enabled with GPS for 24/7 monitoring of its location and online temperatures. There is considerable gap between the demand and existing capacity of organized cold chain services providers in the market for the storage and distribution of various high-valued products. This gap presents a significant opportunity for stakeholders associated with the industry. Increase in the number of segment of products opens multiple opportunities to the company in segments like quick service restaurants, pharmaceutical, etc. Increased demand in the real-time temperature monitoring of products in the entire supply chain is opening multiple doors to temperature-controlled vehicles as well. Storage business comprising of cold chain units saw 32% increase in the sales year-on-year, and the transportation segment, including temperature-controlled vehicles, witnessed approximately 400% increase during the financial year 2021-22. With the improvement in the asset utilization and the revenue, SBA Cold Chain is expecting to increase the sales and profitability across locations. Refinery and oilfield services, SBA ROFS. SBA ROFS is engaged in the activity of mechanized oily sludge processing and hydrocarbon recovery from crude oil storage tanks and lagoons. This activity pertaining to pollution prevention and oily waste recycling through recovery of hydrocarbons is a niche segment in the oil and gas industry. Balmer Lawrie has been the pioneer in this field and has been the market leader in the sludge processing space over the years. SBA ROFS intends to leverage its experience in project execution and wide base of satisfied clientele to foray into the allied service areas through diversifying its service offerings. Despite loss of substantial production time due to lockdown measures induced by COVID-19, SBA ROFS was able to achieve the targeted equipment utilization for the year. The demand for the sludge processing services is expected to be stagnant in the near term. SBA ROFS aims to differentiate its offerings in sludge processing space through technological upgradation and incorporation of new technologies for reducing processing time and manual intervention in sludge processing. Alternative processes such as chemical robotic cleaning technology is also being explored for augmentation of service offerings. Preference to MSME vendors also poses a significant challenge to the SBU with respect to booking of new orders. Increased competition in the market can put downward pressure on market share as well as profit margins for SBU ROFS. Other risks include adoption of modern technologies in refineries, which would reduce generation of oil sludge in the storage tanks, thereby limiting the need for sludge processing in the long run. SBU ROFS is working towards mitigation of the risk through upgradation of technology as well as expansion of diversification of service offerings on the client base. Overall financial performance. The company recorded net turnover of 2,104.84 crores during the financial year 2021 as against 1,592.76 crores in a financial year 2020-21, which an increase of approximately 32.15% over the last year. The company recorded profit before tax of 170.14 crores in the financial year 2021-22 as against 156.64 crores in the financial year 2020-21. The increase is being attributable to easing out effect of the COVID-19 pandemic of SBU travel and vacations, which was severely in financial year 2020-21 due to the same. Corporate governance. Governance essentially involves balancing of the interests of your company's various stakeholders such as shareholders, management, customers, suppliers, financiers, and the government and the community. Your company's culture, policies, relationship with stakeholders, and loyalty to values is reflected in the corporate governance report. Following are the 5 pillars of corporate governance the company confirms as a part of its commitment to adopt global best practices. High accountability to its stakeholders, absolute transparency in its reporting system and adherence to disclosures and compliance. High ethical standards in the conduct of business with due compliance of laws and regulations, enhancement in the stakeholders' value on of the community through discharge of corporate social responsibility and promotion of sustainable development. The Companies Act 2013 is being amended almost regularly. Similarly, listing regulations are also amended frequently. Your company is making best efforts to adapt and comply with the changing statutes and continues to comply with corporate governance guidelines or norms to the extent within its control. Corporate social responsibility, CSR. Balmer Lawrie is committed to conducting its business in a socially responsible manner and responsive to the needs of society at large. CSR has become an integral part of the company's functioning. Consistently, the organization has undertaken various CSR initiatives for the last few decades, driving sustainable development and growth for its stakeholders. In line with the company has been driving various projects independently around its units and establishments across the country, and has also been supporting various programs initiated by Government of India, like the Clean India Mission and Skill Development Institutes. Balmer Lawrie CSR initiatives are driven by two flagship programs: Balmer Lawrie Initiative for Self-Sustenance Bliss and Samaj Mein Balmer Lawrie Sambal. The first program is directed providing and improving the long-term economic sustenance of underprivileged. The second program aims at improving the living standards and quality of life of the population in and around the company's area of operations. Balmer Lawrie is committed to continuously improving its efforts towards its social responsibility, focus on marginalized sections, and encourage the employees to contribute in CSR activities. Balmer Lawrie has undertaken various innovative CSR programs. The company has been successful in its commitment towards CSR programs, and it is constantly making progress for the betterment of the communities. During the financial year 21-22, a sum of 1,048.15 lakhs was spent towards various CSR activities by the company against total CSR obligation of 441 lakhs. In view of the COVID-19 pandemic and to meet the emergency supply of oxygen, the company has spent 629.23 lakhs towards PSA oxygen plants in 5 government hospitals in Karnataka and rupees 68.35 lakhs towards procurement of oxygen concentrators and oxygen cylinders. I once again thank you, all of you, for your presence here today. I will always look forward to your continued support and best wishes. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I would like to convey to you and our sincere gratitude. I acknowledge the continued support and guidance of our administrative ministry, the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Government of India, for the guidance and encouragement provided to your company. I also wish to thank other ministries of the Government of India and other government authorities for their cooperation. I would also like to thank our holding company, Balmer Lawrie Investments Limited, our valued shareholders, customers, vendors, business associates, bankers, financial institutions, and other stakeholders for their continued support and cooperation. Finally, I must convey my gratitude to my colleagues on the board for their wise counsel and valued involvement. Now, I take up the agenda items listed in the notice seriatim. Members may note that in accordance with the provisions of Section 108 of the Companies Act 2013, read with the Company's Management and Administration Rules 2014 and the MCA circulars issued in this regard, the remote e-voting has already been carried out with respect to the items of business from serial number 1 to 9 as stated in the notice. The members have also been provided with the facility of voting by use of e-voting system for all those members who are present at the AGM through VC but have not cast their votes by availing the remote e-voting facility. The members who have casted their vote by remote e-voting prior to the AGM are entitled to attend the AGM only, but shall not be entitled to cast their vote again at the AGM. The Board of Directors had appointed Mrs. Binita Pandey, a partner of Mrs. T. Chatterjee and Associates, practicing company secretaries, as scrutinizer to scrutinize the voting process for the AGM in a fair and transparent manner. Let us now move to the ordinary business as stated in the notice of AGM. Item number 1. To consider and adopt the audited financial statements of the company, both standalone and consolidated, for the financial year ended 31st March 2022, and the report of the Board of Directors and Auditors thereon, and other statements attached thereto, along with the comments of Comptroller and Auditor General of India thereon. The proposed ordinary resolution is as follows. Resolved that the audited financial statements of the company, both standalone and consolidated, for the financial year ended 31st March 2022, together with reports of the Board of Directors and Auditors thereon for the financial year ended 31st March 2022, and other statements attached thereto, along with the comments of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India thereon, be and are hereby considered and adopted. I now request the members who have registered themselves as speakers to raise any query or issues arising out of the board board's report, the audited annual accounts. I request the members to be brief. I also request the members to kindly identify themselves. And members are requested to confine their queries to the annual accounts, board reports, and the agenda of the annual general meeting. I first now call upon Sri Bimal Krishna Sarkar.
हेलो हेलो, am I audible, sir?
Yes, आप audible हैं, आप बोलिए.
Very good afternoon, Chairman साहब. Very good afternoon. मैं बिमल कृष्ण सरकार, इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर ऑफ द कंपनी. मैं मेरा रेसिडेंस से कोलकाता से ज्वाइन कर रहा हूँ. सर, मैं हमारा कंपनी सेक्रेटरी कविता भावचंद जी को मैंने धन्यवाद देता हूँ. उन्होंने बहुत पहले एनुअल रिपोर्ट और नोटिस भेज दिया है. सर, एक दुख की बात है, ये हर साल मेरे को मिल जाती है जो ये हार्ड कॉपी. इस बार मैंने रिक्वेस्ट किया है तब भी मेरे को हार्ड कॉपी नहीं मिला, केवल हमको नोटिस भेज दिया है. सर, क्या पता किस कारण ये हुआ, कोई कम्युनिकेशन गैप हो सकता है. सर, सबसे बड़ी बात है, कंपनी सेक्रेटरी कभी भी हम लोग विजिट करने जाते हैं तो अच्छी तरह हम लोग उसे एंटरटेन करते हैं, वो बहुत खातिरदारी करते हैं. इसलिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कविता जी. सर, आप पहले आपने जो वैल्यूएबल वो एक्सीलेंट प्रेजेंटेशन दिया है, इसलिए सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. सर, आपने पूरा क्लियर कर दिया है हमारा कंपनी का परफॉर्मेंस के बारे में और इन फ्यूचर के बारे में सारे क्लियर कर दिया है. इसमें कोई दोबारा क्वेश्चन करने का कोई जायगा ही नहीं है. सर, जो रिजल्ट आज जो कोविड-19 सेकंड वेरिएंट, थर्ड वेरिएंट, उसके बाद यूक्रेन रशिया का वार, जियोपॉलिटिकल टेंशन एसेट्रा एसेट्रा, सारे एडवर्स पोजीशन में हमारा कंपनी जो रिजल्ट लेके आया है ये सचमुच अप्रिशिएबल. सर, चेयरमैन साहब, आपका पूरा टीम को मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद दोबारा देता हूं. सर, CSR एक्सपेंसेस, CSR कमेटी को भी धन्यवाद देता हूं. सर, हमारा ओब्लिगेशन था 441 लाख, हम लोग स्पेंड किया है 1048.16. सर, बहुत ज्यादा ही एक्सेस हम लोग खर्चा किया है. एक्सेस खर्चा हुआ है 607.16 लाख. सर, ये कोविड-19 में हमारा कंपनी का बहुत बड़ा रोल थे, ये हम लोगों को गर्व की विषय है. सर, PSA ऑक्सीजन प्लांट्स ये 5 गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल को दिया गया है. सर, प्रोड्यूसमेंट ऑफ ऑक्सीजन कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स एंड ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर भी गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल को दिया गया है. सर, ये बहुत बड़ा रोल है. कोविड-19 में हमारा कंपनी जो किया है बहुत अच्छी काम किया है. सर, मेरा एक सजेशन और रिक्वेस्ट है. सर, जो हम लोग इतना खर्चा कर रहे हैं, सर, इतना खर्चा करने वाला बहुत कम कंपनी है हमारा इंडिया में जो बमल लॉरी कर रहा है. सर, ये स्पेशली एबल्ड जो पर्सन है, जो लोग विकलांग है, चल नहीं सकता है, सर, मेरा रिक्वेस्ट है और सजेशन भी है. सर, आप लोग ये थ्रू CSR एक्टिविटीज इन लोगों को कुछ करें. सर, और एक चीज देखिए, जो जवान लोग जो है ना, ये हम लोग को रक्षा कर रहा है, हमारा कंट्री का लैंड को रक्षा कर रहा है, हम लोगों को रक्षा कर रहा है. तो इन लोग जो लोग वॉर फील्ड में चला जाता है, वीरगति प्राप्त होती है, सर, उन लोगों को परिवार को साइड में पास में हम लोग खड़ा हो तो ये अच्छा रहेगा. ये भी रिक्वेस्ट है. गवर्नमेंट का वो सेटअप का बहुत हमारा संस्था है, तो उसमें थोड़ा आर्मी के लिए जो उसमें कुछ डोनेट करे, ये उनका कोई हेल्प करे, ये हमारा रिक्वेस्ट है. सर,
धन्यवाद सरकार जी.
सर, आपका चेयरमैन साहब, मैं खत्म करने जा रहा हूँ. आप स्वस्थ रहिएगा, आपका पूरा टीम कंपनी सेक्रेटरी कविता जी और जितना एम्प्लॉय है सब स्वस्थ रहिएगा, ये मैं भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ. सर, सामने सर आ रहा है दुर्गा पूजा, दीपावली. सर, आप लोगों को पहले ही शुभकामनाएं हैं. आप लोग ये पहले ही मैं देकर रखता हूँ. सर, एक रिक्वेस्ट है, हम लोग मीटिंग अटेंड करते हैं. सर, जो एनुअल जनरल बॉडी मीटिंग होता है उसमें थोड़ा खाना पीना मिठाई भी बांट सकता है. सर, इस बार एक रिक्वेस्ट है, जो लोग अटेंड कर रहे हैं इन लोगों के लिए सर ये जो फूड जो है ड्राई फूड इसके लिए भेजिएगा तो अच्छा रहेगा. आप बुला लीजिएगा, हम लोग कलेक्ट कर लेंगे. करो, ये देखिए 75 साल का साल है, जो हम लोग 75 साल का मना रहे हैं, सो हम लोग इसको भी थोड़ा हेल्प होगा। सर, मेरे को बोलने का मौका दिया है, आप पेशेंसली मेरे बात सुनी है, इसलिए थैंक यू वेरी मच। थैंक यू चेयरमैन साहब।
थैंक यू बिमल कृष्ण सरकार जी। मैं सारा क्वेश्चंस पहले नोट कर लेता हूं, उसके बाद मैं आंसर देता हूं। नाउ आई रिक्वेस्ट संतोष कुमार सराफ जी, थोड़ा ब्रीफ रहिए क्योंकि बाकी लोग भी है, तो जो बोलना है जल्दी जल्दी बोलिए। संतोष कुमार सराफ जी।
सर, आपने भी बड़ी स्पीड से बोला तो मैं भी बड़ी स्पीड से बोलूंगा। आदरणीय सभापति जी, उपस्थित निधन सदस्य, मेरे शेयर भाइयों बहनों, जो आज हम वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस में प्रेजेंट है, मैं संतोष कुमार सराफ कलकत्ता का रहने वाला आज बंगलोर से आप सभी को नमस्कार करता हूँ। आशा करता हूँ आप जितने भी हमारे अधिकारी हैं, जितने भी कर्मचारीगण है, इस समय जो वीडियो में अच्छे स्वास्थ्य। सर, प्रश्न क्या करूँ, कंपनी अच्छा काम कर रही है और आपने इतने ब्रीफ में करीबन 45 मिनट के भाषण में आपने पूरा कुछ बताया है, तो मैं ज्यादा प्रश्न नहीं, मैंने कुछ प्रश्न थे मेरे मन में, वो मैंने लिख के भेज दिया आपके सेक्रेटरी साहब को, अतः ज्यादा नहीं कहूंगा सर। सिर्फ यही कहूंगा सर, ये कंपनी काफी अच्छा है, रब तो करते हुए मीटिंग अटेंड करते थे, काफी अच्छा लगता था एक जमाने के अंदर से। अब ये कोविड का अटेंड नहीं कर सकते तो ज्यादा नहीं सर, यही कहूंगा कि और भी शेयर होल्डर आपके पास में है, हमारे कौशिक साहूकार भी आने वाले मेरे बाद में है, तो वो भी काफी कुछ कहेंगे आपसे और आपसे कहेंगे काम के लिए भी। तो मैं चाहूंगा अगर आप उनको काम दे सके तो मुझे भी काफी खुशी होगी कि वह पैरालाइज से उनको कुछ तकलीफ हो गई शायद, इसलिए मैं चाहूंगा वो भी 3 नंबर में आएगा, आप उनको जरूर काम कीजिएगा। और ज्यादा मैं समय नहीं लूंगा, एक बार फिर आप जितने भी डायरेक्टर है, जितने भी अधिकारीगण है और जितने भी हमारे भाई बंधु आप वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस में प्रेजेंट है, सबके लंबी उम्र की कामना करते हो, परिवार के लंबे उम्र की कामना करते हो, तो भगवान से प्रार्थना करते भगवान 2022 से आप सभी के लिए हेल्दी वेल्दी और परफेक्ट सेफ्टी के साथ देती। तो सर, मैंने अपना वक्तव्य समाप्त किया। धन्यवाद सर।
धन्यवाद सराफ जी। अभी मैं अनुरोध करूंगा श्री कौशिक शाहूकार जी।
Yeah, I'm audible, sir.
Yeah, you are audible.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. First off, I would like to thank the board of directors for giving me an opportunity to speak in this forum. Many of you will remember me from the conversation of past, so I will keep both my ask and introduction brief. Myself, Kaushik Shahukar, a practicing and a qualified chartered accountant from Mumbai. I have been suffering from dystonia, which has rendered 55% of my body paralyzed, impacting my right hand, my right leg, and my speech. While I have not let that come in my way of becoming a chartered accountant and practicing, I do request to support in helping me continue to be self-reliant. I was optimistic after our conversation we had last time about me working for our organization on certification work, including Form 15CB. However, nothing has progressed since. While I understand things may have not progressed due to pandemic situation last year, I do hope that after our convention today, our organization will engage me in this area as soon as possible. Sir, I would like to acknowledge the effort taken by our company in engaging me in certification work, but slowly the company stopped work. Request you to kindly restart the work. Once again, thank you for the opportunity to speak today, and I hope to see a positive movement forward in the ask. I support all the resolution. It will appreciate it if a company can do something about work. Sir, what is the impact of our company due to China Plus One policy? How is company contributing to PM dream of Atmanirbhar Bharat? Sir, is any benefit of PLI scheme applicable to the company? Sir, with the introduction of new logistic policy, price of different material is likely to come down. Will company pass on the price reduction among the customers? So can we expect the new age will be of lower cost? Sir, I believe there will be substantial savings in cost due to virtual AGM. So I wish companies should distribute some sweets or some token of affection among shareholders and feel as part of the company. Sir, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Now I request Miss Aspi Besania. Miss, right? Mr.
Academic industry is expected
Sorry, Mr. Sorry.
faster in
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me and see me?
Yes, Mr. Asti. Yes.
Sir, today is the end of September. I would request you to hold the AGM early. There are so many meetings and it's very difficult to move from one meeting to the other. And sir, also continue with hybrid AGM, and next year there is a physical AGM. Sir, I would like to know who controls the company, because most of the time we are getting the PE ratio of a public sector undertaking. So whether we are classified as a public sector or we are considered as a private sector, because although our dividend, everything is good, but still our price is only hovering between 120 and 130 most of the times. So, and another thing, there's a constant news of disinvestment. So if you can comment on that also, whether there's any news of disinvestment. So thank you very much, and please ask the company secretary to reply to me separately, because today there are so many meetings, so we cannot wait for the replies. Thank you, sir, and all the best for the future. Sir, and I'm having still shares in physical. So I would request the company secretary to please help me out in dematting, because 99% of the times when we send for dematting, the share comes back. So I would, without the help of the company secretary, if we send, it's coming back. So I would like the company secretary to interfere in between and ensure that it doesn't come back. Thank you very much, and all the best for the future.
Thank you, SPG. Now I request Hutokshi Sam Patel.
Sir, there is no one with this name, Hutokshi Sam Patel.
Then Praful Chavda. Okay. Then Vaibhav Badjatia.
Mr. Vaibhav Badjatia, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, I hope, sir, I'm audible.
Yes, you are very much audible.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the opportunity. So I have already submitted my list of questions. So do you want me to repeat them in brief, or will you answer them point by point?
No, we will answer that. Almost in my speech we have covered, but anyway, we will answer that. We have that. Yeah.
No, sir, unfortunately, the speech is same as the board report. So this has been made after reading the board report. So I will just briefly touch upon some.
No, not required. It is there. I will answer that. Don't worry.
Yeah, great. If you can answer them point by point, particularly for Visakhapatnam Port Logistics.
Sure.
You know, the reason for not approval is not yet in place. So I just want to know the specific reason.
Sure.
When we'll receive the approval, I don't want to know that. I want to know what is the reason that our project is stuck.
Sure.
I think.
Yeah, thank you. Miss Lily Pradhan. नहीं अच्छा ओके फाइन शी इज नॉट देयर इसको बाद में 15 नंबर पे वो बोला हमको ओम प्रकाश केजरीवाल
हेलो सर
जी
am I audible sir?
Yeah, very much.
Good afternoon sir ji. Good afternoon to everybody attending this AGM. Myself Om Prakash Kejriwal, your equity shareholder from Kolkata. Thank you, sir, providing me the platform to speak something before you.
Be brief.
Sir, your speech is nice and very much informative. You are a profit-making company, dividend-paying company. In financial year 21-22, your EPS is ₹7 and dividend on external basis, and you paid dividend ₹650. Excellent payout, sir. इसके लिए आप लोग को बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद. Sir ji, I have one complaint. I, along with my family members, are holding physical shares in 5 folios. For this, I gave ECS mandate on 20 August 2019 in your office, but there was no action. I approached our secretary, Kavita madam, to resolve this matter. Then Karvi sent email that there is signature difference. I again approached our secretary and request her to tally our signature herself on December 2019, because I have full faith in yourself, but I have no faith in Karvi. Madam assured me that she will tally the signature, but almost 3 years passed, but our work is not done. I phoned several times to our secretary and Mr. Sandeep Dubey. I mailed several times to both the persons, but no action taken, sir ji. आई एम योर शेयर होल्डर, आप हमारे मालिक हैं सर जी, तो कोई प्रॉब्लम अगर होगा तो हम तो आप ही के पास अप्रोच करेंगे. सो प्लीज गिव मी सम टाइम सर जी, so that my case could be resolved. I am feeling very much harassed. Sir ji, I want to meet you. Please give me one appointment after Durga Puja holiday. I will show you all the papers. If I am sending the share for dematerialization, the same problem will arise. The same problem will arise. So please save me from garbage harassment. It is my humble request to you, sir. Plant visit. प्रीवियसली हम लोग एक आपका प्लांट देखे थे सर बहुत दिन पहले, तो अगर कोई प्लांट विजिट करने का प्रोग्राम बनता हो तो हम लोग को इनवाइट कीजिएगा सर जी. एट लास्ट सर जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच. प्लीज मेंटेन योर स्माइल एंड रिमेन cheerful. We will remain with you always as a long time investor. Thank you सर जी. हैप्पी नवरात्रा सर जी. थैंक यू.
थैंक यू. श्री BN कुंडू जी है क्या? वो बोला आ गया.
Sir, 1 second. Let me unmute him.
Yeah, please.
Mr. Biswendra Kundu, please unmute yourself.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
Kundu ji. Yes.
Okay. Respected Chairman, Mr. Adhika Ratnasekar, members of the board, fellow shareholders and friends, I am BN Kundu. To thank the management for steady progress of the company year after year. According to soft copy, the report presented to has been very nicely prepared with exhaustive details, and I have nothing further to say on it. We, the shareholder, are very happy to see that you have declared very good dividend, that is 65%, and your dividend yield of 5.72%. Congratulations, sir. The past pandemic situation, the world over, had impacted on all aspects of human life. This situation had never been seen before. The business life the world over was in a doldrum, and all the business sector was of the worst sufferer. Chairman sir, I am very happy to see your present performance. Your record net turnover of rupees 2,105 crores, net profit rupees 122.81 crores. Your EPS also increased. The company is an iconic company today, a mini Ratno with diversified operation spread all over India, and it is still expanding. As a long-time shareholder of the company, I wish the company well and sincerely hope that it will be further flourish with all-round growth and prosperity. Sir, I have 3 specific questions. What is your roadmap next 5 years? If you highlight your present order book position regarding your unclaimed dividend of rupees 63,44,000. Sir, what step you have taken? With these remarks, I am closing here with thanks to all.
Yeah, thank you, Kundu ji. Saket Kapoor.
Mr. Saket Kapoor, please unmute yourself.
नमस्कार सर.
नमस्कार.
हाँ सर जी, सुन पा रहे हैं मुझे?
जी बिल्कुल.
सर पॉइंट देखिए सर, एजीएम का मेरिट डेफिनेटली है जहां पर इन्वेस्टर्स आपसे बात कर सकें, अपना व्यूज रख सकें, बट सर लिस्टेड स्पेस में अभी बहुत सारे अलग प्रावधान भी हैं. देयर आर वेरियस ऑप्शंस थ्रू व्हिच यू कैन इंटरेक्ट, कम्युनिकेट, डेसिमेट इंफॉर्मेशन टू योर इन्वेस्टर्स. सर हमारी एक वेरी टाइप्स ऑफ इंडस्ट्री की कंपनी है, तो एमडी साहब आगे लास्ट ईयर भी मैंने एजीएम में यही पॉइंट रखा था कि आपका जो कम्युनिकेशन है आपके इन्वेस्टर्स के संग में, वो ओनली लिमिटेड टू द क्वार्टरली रिजल्ट्स है जो भी सेबी के प्रावधान में है. मैं एक हाइपोथेटिकल बात बोलता हूँ, कल को अगर सेबी ये बात बोल दे कि भैया हमको 6 महीने में रिजल्ट देना है, तो आप लोग बस वो 6 महीने का रिजल्ट ही हमें देंगे, उसके आगे पीछे कोई बातचीत, कोई प्रकार का कोई कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल, कोई प्रेस रिलीज, किसी प्रकार का कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंस नहीं रखेंगे. तो सर ये हमें बताइए सर कि आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ये कहाँ पर सर ये हिकअप है कि जिसके कारण एमडी साहब या सीएफओ या और टीम इन्वेस्टर्स के संग एक प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं खोल पा रही है, प्रेस रिलीज, इन्वेस्टर प्रेजेंटेशन, कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल को एक प्रावधान में नहीं ला पा रही है. क्या कारण है सर कि आप भी पीएसयू हैं, दूसरी पीएसयूज भी हैं जो जो पूरा सर पूरी टीम इंगेज रहती है, इन्वेस्टर से बात करती है। मुझे सर डिटेल में जाने की कोई नीड नहीं है, ये सारी चीजें पब्लिक डोमेन में है। अब एमडी साहब आप बताइएगा हमें कि क्या रीजंस हैं कि आप इन्वेस्टर से मैं अगर शब्द मेरे खराब लगे, छुपे रहते हैं, क्यों आप इन्वेस्टर से आपके वार्तालाप नहीं होते हैं, क्यों नहीं हमें मालूम चलता है कि क्या सिर्फ एक एनुअल रिपोर्ट का एक डॉक्यूमेंट होना चाहिए इन्वेस्टर के लिए? नहीं सर, लिस्टेड स्पेस में है, क्वार्टरली नंबर्स आते हैं, इंटरेक्शन लेवल बनाइए सर। हमारे पैसे लगे में से हमने डिविडेंड तो इन्वेस्ट नहीं किया है। तो सर बाकी क्वेश्चंस पूछ के सर हम 10 तो क्वेश्चंस अभी डाल दें आपके पास। लास्ट ईयर भी सर हमने यही रिक्वेस्ट डाली थी, उस पर कोई मुझे आंसर नहीं मिला आज तक, साल भर निकल गए सर। और अब की बार भी सर मेरी बात की कितना मेरिट है सर मुझे मालूम नहीं। इसके बाद ये बात मैं तो म्यूट हो जाऊंगा, उसके उपरांत जो आप लोगों को, बट मैं इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर्स को सर जगाना चाहता हूं इस माध्यम से कि आप देखिए कि किस प्रकार से एक सीपीएससी सेंट्रल पीएसयू किस प्रकार से माइनॉरिटी शेयर होल्डर्स के जो लेजिटिमेट राइट है उस पर ध्यान ही नहीं देती है। सारा बरस निकल जाता है, कोई बोलने वाला नहीं है। मेरी जब मैडम से ही बात हुई कम्युनिटी मैडम, उन्होंने कहा हमारा तो 1 पॉइंट है, एमडी साहब हैं उनसे ही बात कीजिएगा, वही जवाब देंगे, होगा वो होगा, नहीं होगा नहीं होगा, खत्म हुआ बात। अब सीएफओ साहब की तबीयत खराब है, वो ऑफिस नहीं आते।
साकेत जी
क्या, चलिए सर, कोई पॉइंट ही नहीं है सर।
I got it. Any other point you have?
Mr. Saket Kapoor, please unmute yourself.
No, don't worry. Don't worry.
I think that sir, in putting forward 5-10 questions in an AGM does not merit.
Saket, we understood. Thank you so much. Let's move on to the next speaker, please. Miss Nandini Kapoor.
Sir, she is not present in the meeting.
Okay, fine. Sri Sujan Modak.
Sir, there is no one with the name Sujan Modak in the meeting room.
Right. Gautam Nandi.
Sir, he is also not present in the meeting.
Okay. Bharti Shroff.
Sir, no one with the name Bharti Shroff in the meeting.
Hiranand Kotwani.
Mr. Hiranand Kotwani, please unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Are you audible?
Yes, please.
Yeah. It's a great pleasure to join you from near Mumbai, Thane, Ulhasnagar. My name is Hiranand Kotwani. My IN 30012018312015804. This certainly I endorse. This gentleman, one had this chairman is very hurry. Just reading the professor, reading the book. You should be polite and sober to do this meeting very good. We remember always AGM, Tata, Reliance, that we are narrate and criticize where the mistakes are there. You should be slow and okay. You should not be hurry to close, just to give the okay, by jaldi pura karna hai. Coming to the organization is doing well. And excellence is yet to come. What is the growth plan? Future growth plan? How new product will come? How expansion will come? Capital internal accrual or external borrowing? Is there any right issue or borrowing is near future? Because large is a great company and great country. It has to expand, just like at a PSU. And you have to be very careful. After quarterly, you should be some analyst meet or investor meet at the various capital level. Mumbai and Calcutta. Your AGM is there. They used to come and they praise you. Understand? Their personal interests are there. So you should come to the Mumbai. Expansion should be in Mumbai. At least 100 years on Calcutta. Now you should enjoy next 100 year Mumbai register or Delhi or Nagpur, not only Mumbai. So this company has great importance to us, and how the new product will come, expansion and investor value will enhance. That is my concern. You narrate that, okay? And your investor relations should improve. In Chennai, Bangalore, quarterly, there should be meeting. Thank you and good luck ahead.
Amit Kumar Banerjee. No.
Sir, he is not present in the meeting.
Okay. Sanjog Saraf.
Sanjog Saraf is also not present in the meeting.
Ashit Kumar Pathak.
Sir, he is in the meeting, but he has not connected his audio yet.
Okay.
So he would not be able to listen to us.
So then now I would address the shareholders' queries made in this annual general meeting. First of all, the physical report is already mailed it, and then they might be reaching in a day or two. The second question, it was about dividend. Basically, the dividend, whatever is remaining with us after certain years, as per that investors education fund, it will be transferred as per the rules of the, as per the Companies Act. Then third thing, somebody asked basically MMLH license. I can say in the first instance, we were denied that CFS license, but now the things are progressing. And then under PM Gati Shakti plan, it is the only project which was put forwarded by Ministry of Petroleum. I thank Ministry of Petroleum for taking this initiative. Now it is under advanced stage. So we may expect the license in a month or two. So it is in advanced stage. And about certain expansion plans, yes, we do have a lot of expansion plans, and we are our R&D is working, especially in greases and lubricants and in industrial packaging, the technology and planning division. They are working on new products, and then we are continuously trying to do, and then we are also exploring the possibilities of reaching out in other parts of the country. Okay, so it is there as per our strategic plan. Yes, we are on the job, and then we will see the results in coming 2 to 3 years. Then about CSR, yes, we are also taking care of disabled persons, and then one of the flagship program of Balmer Lawrie is cerebral palsy. We are in Indian Institute of Cerebral Palsy. We are continuously supporting that institute, which is devoted for disabled children who are not in the normal growth. Especially about investors meet and all, yes, definitely we will try and increase our reach there. But then if you would have followed, I have myself had given 2-3 interviews to NDTV and other business channels. So we are not shying away from investors, or we are not worried about having investors meet. We keep educating our people, and then wherever it is possible, I myself is representing Balmer Lawrie. In fact, I am the member of Scope Executive Committee. I also got elected recently to Indian Chemical Council. So wherever it is possible, I am trying to make the Balmer Lawrie's presence felt. And then we are not shy of publicity, and then we are going ahead with our plans. And as you people suggested, we also will concentrate on holding some investor meets. Yeah, I think that's it, right? Yeah. The next item in the notice is declaration of dividend. A dividend of rupees 6.50 per equity share on the paid up share capital for the financial year ended 31st March 2022 has been recommended by the board of your company for declaration at this meeting. The proposed ordinary resolution is as follows. Resolved that in accordance with the recommendation of the board of directors, dividend at the rate of rupees 6.5, rupees 6 and paise 50 only per equity share for the financial year ended 31st March 2022 be and is hereby declared on 17 crores 10 lakhs 3,846 equity shares of the paid up value of rupees 10 each of the company, and the same be paid out of the profits of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2022. The third item pertains to reappointment of Sri Sandeep Das, DIN 08217697, who retires by rotation and being eligible offers himself for reappointment as director. The proposed ordinary resolution is as follows. Resolved that Sri Sandeep Das, DIN 08217697, a director retiring by rotation, be and is hereby reappointed as a director of the company whose period of office shall be subject to retirement by rotation. Item number 4. The next item in the agenda is to fix remuneration of the statutory auditors, including branch auditors, for the financial year 2022-23. The proposed ordinary resolution is as follows. Resolved that pursuant to section 142 and other applicable provisions of the Companies Act 2013, the board of directors to be and is hereby authorized to determine the amount of remuneration payable to the statutory auditors, including branch auditors, as and when appointed under section 139 subsection 5 and other applicable provisions of the Companies Act 2013 by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, including reimbursement of out-of-pocket expenses, if any, incurred by the said auditors in connection with the audit of annual accounts of the company for the financial year 2022-23. Item number 5. We now take up the special business for the meeting. Since the next item of agenda pertains to my appointment, I would request Sri Adip Nath Pal Chaudhary, Director Service Business, to kindly conduct the proceedings for the 5th item.
The fifth item on the agenda is appointment of Sri Adhika Ratnashekar, DIN 080536637 as Chairman and Managing Director and fixation of terms of appointment. The proposed ordinary resolution is as follows. Resolved that pursuant to the provisions of the Companies Act 2013, read with allied rules and in line with the recommendation of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee and the letter bearing reference number CA-31024/2/2020-PNG within brackets 36125, dated 3rd of November 2021, received from Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Government of India being the administrative ministry, and the company having received a notice in writing from a member proposing his candidature for the office of director. Approval B and is hereby accorded for appointment of Sri Adhika Ratnashekar, DIN 0805637 as the Chairman and Managing Director of the company in the pay scale of rupees 1,80,000 to 3,20,000 with effect from the date of his assumption of charge, that is 3rd November 2021, till the date of his superannuation, that is 30th of June 2024, or until further orders from the administrative ministry, whichever is earlier, on such terms and conditions as stated in letters bearing reference number CA-31024/2/2020 bracket 36125, dated 3rd November 2021 and 29 December 2021, received from the administrative ministry and which period of office shall be subject to the retirement of. I would now request Sri Adhika Ratnashekar to kindly continue the meeting.
Thank you, Adip. The next item on the agenda is appointment of Dr. Vandana Minda Heda, DIN 094022994 as non-executive independent director and fixation of terms of appointment. The proposed ordinary resolution is as follows. Resolved that Dr. Vandana Minda Heda, DIN 094022994, who was appointed as an additional director in the category of an independent director as per the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 and allied rules by the Board of Directors on 26 November 2021, in line with the recommendation of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee, and who holds office of up to the 105th annual general meeting of the company, and the company having received a notice in writing from a member proposing her candidature for the office of director, and is hereby appointed as a non-executive independent director for a period of 3 years with effect from the date of notification of her appointment, i.e. from 8th November 2021, or until further orders from the administrative ministry on such other terms and conditions as contained in letter number CA-31033/2/2021- PNG in brackets 39069 bracket close, dated 8th November 2021, received from the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Government of India, and her appointment letter dated 1st December 2021. Item number 7. The next item on the agenda is appointment of Sri Rajiv Kumar, DIN 0940266 as non-executive independent director and fixation of terms of appointment. The proposed ordinary resolution is as follows. Resolved that Sri Rajiv Kumar, DIN 0940266, who was appointed as an additional director in the category of an independent director as per the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 and allied rules by the Board of Directors on 26 November 2021, in line with the recommendation of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee, and who holds office up to 105th annual general meeting of the company, and the company having received a notice in writing from a member proposing his candidature for the office of director, B, and is hereby appointed as a non-executive independent director for a period of 3 years with effect from the date of notification of his appointment from 8th November 2021, or until further orders from the administrative ministry on such other items and conditions as contained in letter number CA-31033/2/2021- in brackets 39069, dated 8th November 2021, received from the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Government of India, and his appointment letter dated 1st December 2021. Item number 8. The next item on the agenda is appointment of Sri R.M. Uthayaraja, DIN 096780056 as Director Manufacturing Businesses and fixation of terms of appointment. The proposed ordinary resolution is as follows. Resolved that pursuant to the provisions of the Companies Act 2013, read with allied rules and the recommendation of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee, and letter bearing reference number CA-31024/1/2019-PNG in brackets 30909 dated 14th July 2022 received from Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Government of India Administrative Ministry, and the company having received a notice in writing from a member proposing his candidature for the office of Director approval, be and is hereby accorded for appointment of Sri R.M. Butheraja, DIN 096780056 as a whole-time director to the post of Director Manufacturing Businesses in the scale of pay of rupees 1,60,000-2,90,000 revised for a period of 5 years with effect from the date of his assumption of charge of the post, i.e. 14 July 2022 or till the date of his superannuation or until further orders from the Administrative Ministry, whichever is the earliest, and whose period of office shall be subject to retirement of directors by rotation and other terms and conditions as contained in letter number CA-31024/1/2019-PNG in brackets 30909 dated 14 July 2022 from Administrative Ministry. Item number 9. Now the last item of the agenda is ratification of remuneration of cost auditors for the financial year 2022-23. The proposed ordinary resolution is as follows. Resolved that pursuant to the provisions of section 148, subsection 3 and other applicable provisions, if any, of the Companies Act 2013 read with rules 14 subsection A and 2 of the Companies Audit and Auditors Rules 2014, including any statutory modifications or enactments thereof for the time being in force, the remuneration of Messrs. S. Dhall and Company, Cost Accountants in Practice, firm registration number 000197, whose appointment and remuneration was recommended by the Audit Committee and approved by the Board as Cost Auditor to conduct the audit of the cost records maintained by the company for the financial year ending 31st March 2023 at rupees 1,20,000 only, inclusive of all fees, be and is hereby ratified. Resolved further that the Board of Directors of the company, including Audit Committee, be and is hereby authorized to do all acts and take all such steps as may be necessary, proper or expedient to give effect to this resolution. Now that we have discussed all the items, may I now declare the meeting as concluded. I would now request the members who have not cast their vote through remote e-voting to carry out the voting on the resolution numbers 1 to 9. Please note that the results of the e-voting declared along with the scrutinizer's report shall be placed on the website of the companies and also on the website of NSDL immediately after its declaration. Simultaneously, the same would also be forwarded to BSE Limited and National Stock Exchange of India Limited, where the equity shares of the company are listed. Yeah, any one of the distinguished members may now propose a vote of thanks. Yeah, Saurav Datta. Yeah.
Thanks, Chairman and Managing Director, for having conducted the AGM in such a smooth manner and with utmost professionalism. All other directors on board, including the independent directors and the government nominating directors who attended this meeting from their respective locations. I would also like to put on record an appreciation for the shareholders who are present and shared their valued inputs. A special mention to the company secretary and her department for having taken up the task of coordinating and organizing the AGM in such a nice manner. Last but not the least, thanks to all other stakeholders, including employees of the company who have contributed in their own way to the successful completion of the AGM. Thank you.
Thank you.
With this, the meeting is concluded.
Shall we conclude the meeting, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. We are stop live streaming and conclude the meeting.
Voting is to be allowed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.